I'm here with David Forney at the Ventura County Stand Down. Thank you for joining us, David. Tell me a little bit about the Stand Down and what it is and what it means to you.
The Stand Down is an opportunity for homeless veterans throughout the county and surrounding counties, for that area, for that matter, to have an opportunity to avail themselves of a wide variety of services and support, where they can get fresh clothing, a clean shower, get cleaned up in a shower. They get a safe place to sleep at night. Many of these veterans sleep during the daytime and not at night, just to be safe. And so, in our compound, they are safe and they're looked after. They're well fed, and there is certainly an effort to try to get as many of the people acclimated and brought back into society. But at the end of the day, the thing that we realize the most is that all of these gentlemen have served, and they've served this country and served them well. And so for 2.5 days, and this is how I look at it, for 2.5 days we take care of them, and it's our way of paying back for all the things that they did for us in their time in the military.
This is not the first time you've ever done this.
No. This is, personally, for me, this is my 5th year doing this. I started out in the clothing department for about a half a day, and I was drafted to become a tent leader. And now over time, I'm the first sergeant, and I'm in charge of all the tent leaders.
What's a tent leader?
A tent leader, I refer to them as a shepherd. Their job that we set for them is to, they're assigned 14 men, sometimes women, sometimes children. And they're assigned 14 people, and their job is to shepherd these people. They have, we have cards that have all of the services that are available to them. We interview them. We find out what their needs are. We ensure that they get appointments and get to see all of the people in all the areas that they need, so that they get all of the service that they're looking for. We encourage them to do things that are above and beyond what they might be looking for. We encourage them to go see medical and get a checkup. We encourage them to go to vision care, get their eyes checked, get a pair of glasses if they need. If they need glasses, they're issued on site. We have our medical staff there is capable of even prescribing necessary drugs of certain types while they're there. We have things as simple as a haircut. We have hair cutters that give them a free haircut if they need a haircut. So the tent leader's job is to shepherd them, to make sure they get all the resources available for them, and to supervise the tent, to make sure that there's harmony in the tent, and that they obey what rules we have. And the rules are relatively minimum, but albeit that we still make sure that the facility that we use is well taken care of, and some of these gentlemen, we've found cases where they may be embarrassed, but they can't read, and they can't write, and so a tent leader oftentimes will help them fill out an application to increase their veterans benefits and stuff, and help them fill out the paperwork and ask them the questions and fill it out for them, so that they're not embarrassed by the fact that they can't read or can't write. And that is for various reasons, that they can't read and write. But
it is what it is.
It is what it is. But they're extremely grateful for the things that we do for them. We have to watch out. We also watch out as tent leaders. We have to watch out for their safety. A lot of these gentlemen have medical issues that we have to be cognizant of, so that we're if we recognize a symptom, that we can round them up and get them over to medical and have them checked out. We are not babysitters. That we are not, but we are shepherds, and we're taking care of our flock, if you will.
Bring a camel to water.
Absolutely.
I understand this is not a public event.
No, you must be a veteran to be a resident, or if you're a dependent, either a spouse or a child of a veteran that is attending the event, then they are welcome also. It's not uncommon. Last year we had a husband, a wife, and 2 children. We had a whole family. So it's not uncommon to have sometimes children there. Homeless people come in all sizes, shapes, and genders, just as homeless veterans do.
Good. How long has this been going on?
This particular event this is the 22nd year for this event. There are stand downs in every major county throughout California. This particular stand down is one of the major events of its type in the state. Most of the stand downs are one-day events. They're not there overnight. They're not fed. They might get a lunch or something like that. In this event, they're there for all 2.5 days.
And they all get help.
They all get help of one sort or another. Sometimes it's just somebody to talk to, and that's what the people who work for me do in the tents as the tent leaders.
Do you have people who come from employment agencies?
The answer to that is yes. Although I'm not associated with the different resources that are in there. We have a list of who they are, and we will get them to that table in there inside the building, and they get an opportunity to talk to someone, whether it's for housing or employment or emergency services or veterans benefits, whatever it happens to be.
At all levels?
At all levels.
Including medical, dental,
Absolutely.
Legal. I understand the courts have a new system put in place.
Yes, every year we have on Friday a Superior Court judge, and that judge will, if the resident has misdemeanors or something like that, we have the district attorney's office there, and we have the public defender's office there. They are defended. They handle a pretty vast number of cases, and in most cases, some of these things are cleared up with something as simple as community service. That community service is performed on site at stand down. If someone is given community service, I get those people, and we assign them jobs around the armory to help clean up the armory and keep it clean. Sometimes some of the community service people are used to help out in food service, so they're serving food, washing dishes, or even helping prep food. But there's a variety of functions that we use there, and they get all their time signed off.
How excellent. Good. Any other comments that you might have?
I think I'm very often asked to tell someone what stand down is like. It's probably one of the most difficult things to explain that I've ever had to try to explain. I would encourage anyone to come to a local stand down or this stand down, take a walk around, see what they do, and I think you will be amazed at what happens at stand down.
Are there any plans for the future that are different than what's going to happen the next 3 days?
Every year we we learn from the previous year. We're probably, because we've been doing it for 22 years, probably one of the most organized stand downs there are. So we don't anticipate a whole lot of change, but it's an evolutionary process, and every year we learn how to make it a little bit better for the following year. And on a personal note, I can tell you, as a member of the American Legion, I do a lot of things for veterans. Of all of the things that I do for veterans, this has been and remains the most rewarding thing that I do for veterans. And that is a common thing to hear from the people who work with me as tent leaders.
Very nice.